3, 2, 1.
Good evening to all those who are viewing and are here with us. So, let me begin with a bit of a personal note. So, personally speaking, my student years were excellent. Not that I was an excellent student, mind you, but at least not in the conventional sense of it, but more about the fact that life offered me a wonderful range of learnings to explore. As a photographer, my first few commercial assignments came through when I was a student. It was a very different world back then, and things have changed since. But not all things have changed. What remains common then and now is passion for a chosen field or profession, the perseverance it takes to succeed, exploration, and that quest for excellence. That has continued to remain absolutely the same back then and now. It is with exactly that sense of exploration in mind that we bring to you the Objective Students Career Conclave 2020 by HP and Intel in association with Better Photography. The conclave is meant for students who are looking out to gain a foothold or an understanding of subjects, topics, processes, approaches, and an understanding of the path forward. In the past few sessions, we have had some excellent speakers talk about careers and education in photography and what goes on in the making, what happens in the making of a good photographer. These sessions are not just about photography, though. We also have webinars, had webinars on a variety of subjects from writing best selling books to making powerful speeches to the importance of finding a good mentor. In the sessions ahead until September 3rd, the Objective Students Career Conclave 2020 will be covering varied topics on environment conservation and on the first steps of becoming a naturalist to the challenges of great composition in photography as well. Today's topic in particular promises to be very interesting because it is all about students. We have Dr. Pooja Vijay Sukija. Dr. Pooja Sukija is an academic advisor, a platform skills trainer, and a consultant, speaking on the topic of 10 effective habits of successful students. But just before we have Dr. Pooja address the audience, we have a short presentation for you from HP. Once again, Dr. Pooja and all of you audience who are with us right now, thank you for being with us. Before we move to our main speaker for today, please let me introduce you to Sahibjit Kaur from HP, who will be speaking about the HP Chromebook series of laptops. These devices are multifunctional and especially very good, perfect for students, but they fit many requirements, and Sahibjit is here to speak about just this. Sahibjit, over to you.
Thank you very much, Madhavan. Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Sahibjit Kaur. Thank you very much for joining in for today's session. Well, as we connect virtually, I hope you all are maintaining social distancing and keeping yourselves healthy, safe, and sound. Well, as I say this, I believe I say this on everybody's behalf that technology is an enabler. Not only it helps you gain education, but also it helps you get in touch with your creative side. And the HP Chromebooks are helpful in the same. A Chromebook is a laptop which is based on a Google operating system and is super easy, super fast, and amazing to work on. Its five USPs are speed, security, simplicity, shareable, and smart. Talking about speed, well, it's time to say goodbye to long boot times. Well, the Chrome OS is designed to be light and it comes with fast updates in the background. It performs fast updates in the background. So there is no manual intervention is required, and the device doesn't slow over time. Talking about security, well, the device comes within a built-in virus protection, and it performs self-checks to repair any corruptions within the system. So there is nothing to worry about when it comes to security of your data. Simplicity. Well, I believe there's hardly anyone out there who isn't familiar with Google. No setup is required. All you need to do is log in with your Google account and you're ready to go. Also, it comes with the Google Play Store that provides you over 1 million Android apps. Exactly 1 million, more than 1 million Android apps that help you to work, play, create, watch, and learn. Talking about shareable, well, this one is my favorite. I like to call it one device, one family. Well, the device comes with easy multi-accounts logins for everyone. So you can just switch to your account and get a personalized experience every time. Superiorly smart, of course. The HP Chromebook is superiorly smart. Learn, adapt, and evolve. It comes with a Google Assistant feature, and without even lifting a single finger, you can get your work done. All you have to do is give in a voice command in your any choice of language. Well, given the current situation of the coronavirus, it's essential that everybody stays indoors. And also, it's essential to stay in touch with your creative side and to work from home. The HP Chromebooks help you to stay connected and productive throughout. All you have to do is log in with your Google account and you can access all your Google Drive files and Chrome preferences on your Chromebook. Not just this, to get the work done, we have apps like Microsoft Word and Google Docs. And of course, if you wish to collaborate on any project, you can get in touch with your teammates and your colleagues through video conferencing apps like Google Meet and Zoom. And sometimes if you wish to work on a broader monitor screen, all you need is a Chromecast-enabled TV or a virtual desk to expand your desktop. Learning from home, well, a big shout out to all the students out there. I believe there is nothing that should get in way of your thirst for education. And to quench your thirst for education, HP Chromebooks are there to help you. Well, the simple, secure, and shareable device helps you stay connected and productive. You can get in touch with your teachers, with your students, with your tutors through video conferencing apps, and you can also edit the spreadsheets and Google Docs in real time. Talking about the safety of your data from malware, thanks to the multiple layers of security and automatic updates, there is nothing, absolutely nothing to worry about. Not just studying and working, it's equally important to relax and to get in touch with your creative sides. And for the same, there are millions of and amazing apps related to gaming, streaming, editing, listening to music, movies, and whatnot. So all you have to do is give in a voice command and you're good to go. Well, before I leave, some of the extraordinary features of the Chromebook are that it works offline. So you can watch movies, you can listen to music, you can edit your documents on Google Docs and Microsoft Word. And the Microsoft Office comes for free, so there is absolutely nothing to worry about. Talking about space, well, it comes with a 64 GB SSD on board, 100 GB Google Cloud, 256 GB expandable micro SD slot that gives us a whopping 420 GB of space. That is not running out anytime soon. Last but not the least, for the students, we have the G Suite for education. To communicate, we have email and voice conferencing, video conferencing apps. You can collaborate and edit spreadsheets and documents in real time. Of course, you can manage classrooms, distribute assignments, and send feedbacks. So that's that. Thank you very much for having me. Before I leave, I would like to request each and every one of you to kindly explore the HP Chromebooks at the HP World. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sahibjeet, for detailing out the many features of the HP Chromebook for all of us. In today's webinar, Dr. Pooja Sukhija's topic is 10 effective habits of successful students. As a student, Dr. Pooja can easily be considered to be the epitome of excellence herself. She has been a first ranker throughout her academic career and she's been a gold medalist at the B.Ed and M.Ed level. She's armed with 2 doctorates, one in education and the other in environmental research. And she is here to tell you not just the secrets of her achievements, but also what it takes to be an excellent student in today's times. As a lifelong academician and educator, Dr. Pooja draws on her own experiences and from her students to speak on the importance of identifying goals and missions and of creating roadmaps with clear inventories of strengths and weaknesses. She will also be she will also be providing insights on detailing out and working towards developing agility and flexibility as a student. Let me tell you a little bit more about Dr. Pooja Vijay Sukija. Apart from her own life as a student and the excellence that she has exhibited as a student, Dr. Sukija has also been in the education space on the academic and administrative side of things for over 3 decades now. 2 of those decades have been with higher education and in the corporate sector. Dr. Pooja is the primary academic advisor to Quantico Consulting to develop the pedagogy and curriculum for the first PG program on Homeland Security and Counterterrorism in India. She is also currently faculty at the ICFEI Business School and connected with several universities and business management colleges across India in an advisory role in areas of skill development and in reducing the knowledge gap between industrial requirements and education. She is also an invited lecturer in business communication at several leading institutions. In the past, she was the lead academic in an advisory capacity for Future Sharp Skills Limited, the skill and knowledge development arm of the retail giant, the Future Group. She has worked with a variety of corporates and NGOs as well. She's also the founder and executive director of Oasis, an NGO actively dedicated to environmental awareness since 1997. And with that, without any further ado, over to you, Dr. Pooja.
Namaskar, Adab, Sat Sri Akal, Vanakkam, and a very good evening to all of you. एक बार फिर आपके साथ मुखातिब होने में बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. आज की हमारी टॉपिक 10 सक्सेसफुल हैबिट्स. आई मस्ट से थैंक्स टू HP, Intel एंड बेटर फोटोग्राफी कि आप लोगों के लिए वो जो ये कॉन्क्लेव होल्ड कर रहे हैं, दिस इज वन ऑफ द बेस्ट थिंग्स दैट कैन हैपन इन द पेंडेमिक टाइम्स. So let's move to the 10 effective habits. I hope the screen is visible.
Yes, Dr. Pooja, the screen is visible. You can, yes, perfect.
I'm here today to share my experiences, go back richer, and make you richer too. 10 effective habits of successful students. इतर से कपड़ों का महकाना कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. इतर से कपड़ों का महकाना कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. मजा तो तब है जब आपके किरदार से खुशबू आए. Yes, friends, beauty attention catch कर सकती है, but it's the character that catches and touches the heart. And it's the habits that actually become your character. Your character is the harvest of habits. And let me tell you a very funny thing about habit. Habit ऐसी चीज है जो कभी नहीं जाती है. आपको बताती हूं कैसे. H को रिमूव कर दो तो अब bit रह जाएगा. A को रिमूव कर दो तो bit रह जाएगा. B को रिमूव कर दो तब भी it रह जाएगा. It's that it that's very important to find out. They will either drag you down or they will help you soar very, very high. If I to ask you, let us name some people who've been successful. आपके पास barrage of people होंगे जो जिनका नाम आप ले पाएंगे. But have you ever thought about why they are successful the way they are successful? What is it that made Sachin Tendulkar so successful? It's the habit of practice. Do you know that Sachin Tendulkar, when he sees a cricket ball come his way, he doesn't see a cricket ball. He actually sees a round melon, green in color and coming towards him in slow motion. He has mastered and the habit of practice, and it becomes very easy for him to maneuver the ball. So today what we are going to do is we'll create those 10 successful habits. We'll get rid of some old unpaying habits and form new ones such that they are imprinted in the neural pathways and they pave the road of success for you. On your screen, you can see those 10 habits, which I'm not going to read out now. I will go over each swiftly. And at the end of the session, we'll step back and take a look at these again. So these are the 10 habits that we are going to talk about. Let me ask now a question. If I give you a glass jar and tell you there are 4 things you need to put inside it: the big rocks, the small pebbles, the sand, and some water. Whatever your answer, my friends, in terms of sequence, there is only one sequence that is correct. And the sequence is you need to put the big rocks first, then the small pebbles, then the sand, and then the water, if you want to fit everything in. What's the learning point of this little mention that I made? The learning point is, unless you put the big rocks first, you'll never be able to fit the rest of the things. Try it out. Take these 4 things and try it in any other order. You will find that everything does not fit in. Question to ask yourself is, what is your big rock? That brings me to the first habit. Clear the clutter in your head and set your goal and mission of life very clearly right at the outset, because big rocks rock. Decide what's your big rock. आप कभी ट्रेन में बैठे हैं? आप बिना डेस्टिनेशन के कभी किसी ट्रेन में बैठे हैं? कभी नहीं ना? पर आपको मैं अगर पूछूं कि आपने एक डेस्टिनेशन बनाया है लाइफ का? Some of you might answer yes, some of you might say not yet. My suggestion here and humble submission to you is, do the what's your destination exercise. Where do you want the ship of your life to go ahead? So let me give you an example. Say you want to be in music. Now you need to ask yourself, today's day and age, we have jazz music, folk music, rap music, rock music, classical music, or you just want to be an auto-tune performer. Fair enough. But what is it that you really want to do? In fact, Zig Ziglar has given 7 types of goals. He says, don't be content with one type of goal. Have 7 goals. Why 7 goals? Because they are in 7 areas of your life: personal, work, family, spiritual, financial, intellect, and physical. And when I go through these 10 habits, you will realize that you will need to have a goal in every one of them. So set your goal today, my friends, in all the 7 areas, and then you are ready to go. अब आपने goal तो बना लिया. Now, how are you going to reach to your goal? In fact, it's not goal, it's goals, the 7 goals that we are going to talk about. You'll have to chart out the roadmap. How are you going to reach to your final destination? So let's say you want to be an athlete, then you will have to prioritize exercise. You want to be a salesperson, you'll have to prioritize branding, advertising, sales gimmick. I love giving concrete examples. Let's say you want to be a photographer. तो पहले तो आप ये decide करोगे, do I want to be a sports photographer? Do I want to be a wedding photographer? Do I want to be a fashion photographer, astro photographer, or underwater photographer? And when I have to chart out the roadmap, then I have to get into detailing, like availing of these equipments that you'd require for underwater photography. You'll have to have some certifications. You will have to travel all over the world in various types of waters. You'll have to join a community of underwater photographers. Above and all of that, you'll also have to be mentally prepared for meeting with life-threatening accidents, like Steve Irwin got stung by the stingray. So these are the detailings and the charting out of the roadmap. only daydreaming about your goals can end into wasting of minutes, hours, months, and probably a lifetime. And then sometimes on the deathbed, we say, oh, I wish I could have done this. So chart out the roadmap here and now. अब आपका गोल बन गया, आपका रोड मैप बन गया, तो अब क्या करना है भैया? अब तो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट काम आ रहा है, डेविल लाइज इन द डिटेल. जब तक आपने एक्सटेंसिव प्लानिंग नहीं की है, you will not be able to reach your goal. So to help you with that planning, there's a method that's called backcasting versus forecasting. Right now we are forecasting that I want to be this, I want to be that. But backcasting method is a simple method that talks about the goal in future, and then you work backwards, identify the steps, and your present gets geared towards reaching that goal. So let me again give you an example. So let's say you have a job interview at at Khar West, and you have to travel all the way from Dombivli. So you will have to get professionally dressed up. You'll have to pack your documents. You'll have to pack your snack, water, etc. You have to factor in time for that. Then your house is away from the station 15 minutes. Then the ticket buying will take you another 15 minutes because there might be a rush and you don't everyday travel. Then there is an overbridge. Once you reach Dadar station, you have to go from the central Dadar to the Dadar West. That will take 15 minutes. And from Dadar to Khar is another 15-minute journey. Similarly, from Khar to the office is another 15 minutes. The point I'm making here is if your destination time is 3 and your actual time is 1, that's 2 hours of time, you will still need to keep a buffer time of half an hour. So backward planning means whatever your goals, decide what you're going to do in the whole month, next week, next 2 weeks, and the next week, and also make your priority for the day, which is geared towards that main goal. So create mini goals to reach your final goal, and that's called devil lies in the detail. So now you are ready with your goal. You've charted out the roadmap. Now you have done some detailing. Ab kya reh gaya? Now you have to dive straight into the pool, and with a conviction. So in olden times, we used to talk about 10,000 hour rule. What is that 10,000 hour rule? It says you have to give 3 hours a day for the goal that you want to achieve. Say you want to be a ballerina or you want to be an underwater photographer, then you have to spend 3 hours a day. So 9 saal mein jaake aap ek expert ban jaoge. But now in this fast 2-minute world, अब तो 2 minute भी नहीं रहा, it's a 15-second, 20-second attention span of the younger generation. We have come to a simplistic view or a gentler version of the 10,000 hour rule. फिर भी 1,000 hour rule तो आपको follow करना ही पड़ेगा. That's 2 years, 8 months time is the time that you require to become the champion and expert in the field that you want to be an expert. And all along, you'll have to keep this helicopter vision. So what do I mean by the helicopter vision? The moment you are up and you're looking at the situation from a bird's eye view, you'll be able to see the obstacles that you might come across. And even before you've begun, many a times your mind will start saying, this is going to be difficult. 3 years? Oh my God. But the best way is to get something done is to begin. And for that, I have found a method which is called the Swiss cheese method. It's one of the best known methods that you have a huge piece of cheese, and how are you going to break it? So you start poking holes. You can't begin with 1 hour of the activity, fine. Begin with 5 minutes. In fact, we also say that just trying a leading task, for example, you want to be an illustrator, just taking up the pencil and sharpening your pencil is one hole that you have poked in the Swiss cheese. Keep giving yourself a pep talk, and you can make a commitment to someone. That someone can keep asking you, "Hey bhai, आज तुमने time दिया अपने उस task के लिए, अपने उस goal के लिए?" So commence the swim with a courage. Dive straight into the pool. And this brings me to your 5th habit. So while along this entire process, you will realize there are a lot of weaknesses that you have to face. You have some strengths, but you have some weaknesses too. You will have to now value and love yourself just the way you are. To halt an army of dogs, all that you need is a confidence within yourself. But having that confidence does not mean not looking at the reality. So when I say do a SWOT analysis, let me explain it through an example. You want to be a Miss Universe or a Mr. Universe. Great. Wonderful thought. Do you have the strength? That means, do you have the good looks, your height, because those are the basics that you'll require? Fine. Oh, but you're weak in English and you lack some grooming skills. Well, that's a weakness that we can deal with. But if your weakness is your good looks and your height, you probably might want to drop that idea altogether. Because with a height that is not there, you cannot get into that field. Also, opportunities. Keep looking for participating in pageants right from college level and be aware of the high level of competitions that are existent. So this is the SWOT exercise wherein you take a complete idea of what your strengths and weaknesses are. So the weakness is almost like a monkey which is sitting on your back and it keeps telling you, there's a problem, there's a problem, there's a problem. You need to convert that problem into an opportunity. You have to do some monkey management. And in the process, sometimes we also take up monkeys of others. That's where you'll have to put a stop. You can't take monkeys of others and allow your goal to dwindle away. So refrain from taking the monkeys on the back of other people's problems because they will snowball you to move sideward and downwards. So be careful and don't accept others' monkeys. Accept your own strengths and weaknesses with full clarity. And in fact, I would suggest make your own monkey your friend and work with it. You can work with your weaknesses. So once you've charted the goal, you have put out the roadmap, you have done the detailing, you have dived deep into the pool, and you have also assessed your strengths and weaknesses, it's not sufficient. What's very important is to step back and assess at every step, where have I reached? So your wide angle, your vision and mission is clear. Your normal view is also clear, but a close-up view on a daily level. Where have I reached? Let me give another example. Suppose you have to submit your college work. You have to walk your dog. You have to pay your electricity bill, and your mom has just fallen down and you have to take her to the hospital. Which one will you be doing first? Most of your answers will be, obviously, we'll take mom to the hospital. Then we'll go to the college and submit our work. Then whilst paying the bill, we'll carry the dog. But what we miss out here, there are tasks that we can actually delegate. So maybe the paying of the bills and the walking of the dog could be given to somebody else, and that time can be spent on our goals. And Eisenhower, the 34th president, has given this matrix. So he says, things that are urgent and important, like the mother falling down, do it now. Things that are not urgent, but they are important. This is your goals, your 7 goals that you're going to decide, and you have to schedule a time for it. Things that are urgent, but they are not very important, like walking the dog or paying the bill, delegate. Figure out who can do it for you. And things that are not of great use, delete. What are those kind of things that are not of great use? Being on the social media, being on the phone, being on Netflix. I am not saying these are not important. Well, they are important. But if they are chewing up the time, that when you sit to study or when you sit to do some goal-oriented work, you're already exhausted, then it's the time to tell yourself, delete.com. And this method made Dwight Eisenhower a successful president. You have to remind yourself, amnesia is our biggest enemy. You have to keep telling yourself, what's my goal, and work towards it. So step back to assess, and you can keep saying bingo to yourself. In spite of all of this, there will be times when you will face some dejection, depression, nothing is moving and you're going to feel upset. दिल चाहता है आज रो लूं जी भर के, न जाने किस किस बात पर नाराज हूं मैं खुद से. कई मोमेंट्स ऐसे आएंगे जब आपको लगेगा nothing is working, there are minefields and I'm stepping on them and it's just not happening. That's the time when a mentor will help you. Develop the habit of having a mentor with yourself. He is the one who will put the shower of water and the green shoots will come back. A guy with 9.8 million followers on Instagram and 1.8 million on Twitter was alone. Let that sink in, that the virtual world is fake. Although Sushant Singh Rajput's depression case and the suicide is now becoming a homicide and we don't know what the result is going to be, but the fact is that the virtual world can make you very alone. So if you can't find a mentor, then your breath is your own savior. Practice the art of square breathing. Square breathing is a very simple technique. You breathe in, hold your breath, breathe out, and be without the breath. You practice this square breathing in times of distress. You will navigate yourself from the minefield and you will save yourself from being crippled. This brings me to the 8th habit. And the 8th habit says, आपको हर कदम पर वो ग्रीज लगेगी जो इस मशीन को स्मूथली चला सकती है, और वो ग्रीज है कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स. मैं इसको ऐसे देखती हूँ, मुझे ये बहुत पसंद है कि कम्युनिकेट क्या है. कम्युनिकेट इज नथिंग बट कम यू एंड आई सी एट ईच अदर. मतलब आपके मन में जो है वो मेरे मन तक पहुंच रहा है और मेरे मन में जो है वो आप तक पहुंच रहा है. एंड नाउ इट्स टाइम फॉर अ लिटिल फन. अगर मैं आपको ये सॉन्ग्स बताऊं और उसकी मीनिंग आपके लिए क्या है और एक डॉक्टर के लिए क्या है, तो आप जरूर इसको एंजॉय करेंगे. जिया जले जान जले रात भर धुआं चले. फॉर अ डॉक्टर इट मीन्स नथिंग बट फीवर. तड़प तड़प के इस दिल से आह ये निकल रही इज नथिंग बट अ हार्ट अटैक. सुहानी रात ढल चुकी, ना जाने तुम कब आओगे. दैट्स कॉन्स्टिपेशन फॉर अ डॉक्टर. बीड़ी जलाई ले जिगर में जिया, जिगर में बड़ी आग है. दैट्स एसिडिटी फॉर हिम. बताना भी नहीं आता, छुपाना भी नहीं आता. दैट्स पाइल्स. एंड सबसे मस्त लगी याद सावन की फिर वो झड़ी है, लूज मोशन. Look at the vast contrast of what the song is saying and what it means for a doctor. But this is happening every day in our real life. My context here is communicate very confidently of what you really want to say. एक ही sentence, रोको मत जाने दो. मतलब रोको मत जाने दो, और यही चीज रोको मत जाने दो. कितना डिफरेंस है दोनों के मीनिंग में. सेंटेंस सेम. एंड दिस इज व्हाट आई एम आस्किंग ऑफ यू ऑल. लर्न टू कम्युनिकेट confidently and effectively. And an additional thing here that I want you to remember is be open to listening. लोग आपकी बहुत criticism करेंगे. Welcome करिए उस criticism को, because they are the ones who are helping you. कबीर ने कहा था, निंदक नियरे राखिए. निंदक को अपने पास रखो. जो आपको क्रिटिसाइज करता है उसको पास रखो. You will be a better human being and you will grow in leaps and bounds. Also, communication जो आप आपके साथ कर रहे हैं, that has to change. Many a times you'll find yourself saying, there's plenty of time, Ray, I'll do it. Please tell yourself, time will pass quickly. Let me plan ahead of it. Change your language. Change the communication. Time seems to get away from me. No. Remove that, delete it from your dictionary and say, hey, I control my time. I control my schedules. Bottom line, people, say what you mean, but don't say it mean. अब ये सारी हैबिट्स आपने कर ली और पेंडेमिक आ गया. अब पेंडेमिक आपको क्या सिखा रहा है? एजिलिटी एंड फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी. मेक इट योर सेकंड नेचर. कोरोना आने के बाद हमने देखा मैन वर्सेस मैन, मैन वर्सेस नेचर, मैन वर्सेस हिमसेल्फ, मैन वर्सेस सोसाइटी. हर तरह का कॉन्फ्लिक्ट कोरोना ने हमें दिखाया है. एंड कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स आर नॉट गोइंग टू गो अवे फ्रॉम आवर लाइव्स. हंसते गाते तो जिंदा दिल हैं, अकड़ते तो सिर्फ मुर्दे हैं. मेरा यही कहना है, अकड़ो मत. Just be flexible in life. Be very, very flexible. Keep finding ways to overcome with agility and flexibility. Weather out the storm, it's very easy when you are flexible. And the last habit, I want you all to remember, everything said and done, अगर आपने living in balance strategy नहीं create की, तो there will be a problem. You have to have a balancing act between family, friends, hands on your heart people. हम कितनी बार अपनी family को उतना time देते हैं जितना हमें देना चाहिए? नहीं देते हैं. कई बार we make that mistake. But if we are to spend our time with family, friends, our goals, our mentors, our professionals, it will be a different world for ourselves. When you are bored and you're saying to yourself, I don't know what to do, you'll be able to reach out to that somebody who'll tell you, hey, I'm there for you. What can I do to help you? And when you're feeling low, this is too much work, how can I finish it? That somebody will come ahead and say, how can I help you finish this? If you find yourself doing the same work at the last minute, there'll be somebody who will tell you, hey, your goal is to become underwater photographer guy. Spend your time. You were told about the 1,000-hour rule by Dr. Sukhija. Bhai kar le wo, 1 ghanta de de. That somebody has to be there for you. Otherwise, the sheer quantum of work will demotivate you and you would have lost the sight of your goal at the outset. Often, remember, activities, goals, intentions, and people, they're all very important. Eat the elephant one bite at a time in all manners. That's your long journey to the destination of the 7 goals, and you have to keep in mind who are you going to carry aboard. So, आज हमने 10 successful habits के बारे में बात की है, and I will quickly go over them just to refresh your memory. Set your goal and mission for life. And as I said, remember Zig Ziglar, and I love Zig Ziglar because वो 7 areas मुझे बहुत पसंद है. It also takes care of your living in balance strategy. Then chart out the roadmap for each. आज ही आपको ये करना है. Detail कर लीजिए, फिर सीधे pool में jump करिए, अपनी strengths और weaknesses को समझकर, accept कर जिन weaknesses पे work कर सकते हैं work करिए, जिन पे नहीं कर सकते हैं वो दिशा ही छोड़ दीजिए. And step back to assess at every point whenever you can. Find a mentor. Mentors are really useful. Build your communication strategy. Have that agility and flexibility. And finally, live in balance. Thank you so much for being a wonderful audience and giving me this patient listening ear. बुरी आदतें अगर समय पे ना बदली जाएं, तो वे आदतें आपका समय बदल देती हैं. You cannot change your future, but you can change your habits, and surely your habits will change the future. Thank you very much.
That was really, really wonderful, Pooja. It was wonderful. We have a Q&A session coming up. So all those of you who would like, who are right now on the pmglive.in, please post your questions. We will ask Dr. Pooja questions. So we have a few questions. In fact, the first question, let me ask from my side, because I come from a time when I graduated in 1997. There was a time before that, in 94, I was in school, and we just had a year ago we had a school reunion, and every single student from my year was a participant in that reunion. Now, let me tell you this, and this is something that a bit of a research that I also conducted when I was in college, because I wanted to find out who becomes successful, and I realized that given, let's say, 15 years of time or 10 years of time, 20 years of time, I noticed that it is very rare that you find somebody who is not successful, and I'm including, those students in my school, okay, who are absolutely miserably bad in their studies. Okay, and I'm saying miserably bad. Okay, students who get like 2 marks out of 100 or 5 marks out of 100, they succeed as well. In fact, some of them are even more successful than the 99%. So is this the only? So a lot of times, parents when they stress on the importance of education, sometimes maybe that could be taken with a pinch of salt. What would you say to that, Dr. Pooja?
Only education, I don't think is really the only criteria, because मैंने भी ऐसे कई लोग देखे हैं जो पढ़ाई नहीं करते हैं but फिर भी they are, in fact Mukesh Ambani and all these great people are Harvard dropouts, by the way, and they have made such a lot of success. It's these habits that they have inculcated within them. So it's not the academics, it's about the habit. So that they may not know it as these 10 habits that we've just discussed, but they have good habits inculcated in them. So at the end of the day, it's the habit that matters.
Right. A second question, you mentioned the 1,000-hour rule. Could you elaborate some more on that rule? Because you spoke about it very briefly. And then managing time for that rule for, let's say, 6 or 8 subjects.
6 or 8 subjects. So if I want to be a presenter, right? And I'm a platform skills trainer. Do you think that I just sit in front of you and give a session without putting 1 hour a day? Answer is no. Till date, okay, after so many years also, 1 hour a day I spend in reading the latest stuff, in trying to polish and hone my skills. So that 1 hour a day has to be dedicated to what you really want to be. I'm very clear that my niche is even in presentations. So I'll give you my example that I like giving presentations, and I can give on a host of topics ranging from aviation to hospitality and to homeland security and terrorism. But my niche is platform skills, that is getting over the fear of public skills. So I give 1 hour dedicated every day to this skill. That's what I mean by the 1,000-hour rule.
Okay, so it's not about 6 or 8 subjects, because I believe what the student was referring to was basically 6 subjects hote hai college mein, and if I have to master all 6 of those subjects, then that becomes very difficult if you are telling me to put 6 hours a day.
No. So his aim is to become a scientist. Then he needs to give 1 hour of time to the science subject. What is his main goal? What does he really want to become? What is his destination? That thing he has to give 1 hour. Rest of it, अब पढ़ाई करनी है, एग्जाम देना है, पास होना है, वो तो अब उसको टाइम टेबल बनाना पड़ेगा. वो भी मुझे याद है कि मैं टाइम टेबल इस तरह से बनाती थी. I would never study last minute. In fact, last minute, I was the only student who used to go to the examination hall आराम से like this, because I have planned it in such a way that I don't have to study last minute.
So that would be your secret to your success, the planning of your timetable.
Right.
And especially considering the fact that you've got 2 gold medals, you got gold medals for your B.Ed and M.Ed, and you've gotten 2 doctorates. So study ahead. So that's a very good point for students. I think you should all plan your timetable and study ahead. There is a question that has come through. How much should one think of a goal? Now, I believe, let me just paraphrase that. I think sometimes students spend a lot of time thinking of what they really want to do in life. So how much should one think of what they should be doing in life and, ruminating over it without arriving at a conclusive goal on its own, So how much time? So what should that person do when they're thinking so much about a goal?
अब ये बहुत ट्रिकी क्वेश्चन है. अगर आप अलेक्जेंडर और डायोजेनीस की कहानी जानते हैं कि अलेक्जेंडर वाज आउट टू हैव द गोल ऑफ हैविंग द होल वर्ल्ड कॉन्कर्ड, एंड ही फाउंड डायोजेनीस सिटिंग ऑन दैट स्ट्रीम एंड ही सेइंग क्या कर रहे हो यहाँ? तो कहता है कि भाई मैं तो यहाँ मजे कर रहा हूँ. कहता है अरे नहीं, बहुत सारा काम है लाइफ में करने के लिए, आप ये कॉन्कर करो, वो कॉन्कर करो. तो डायोजेनीस सेज अच्छा वो कॉन्कर करके फिर क्या होगा? ओ यू विल हैव सो मच ऑफ वेल्थ, यू विल हैव सो मच ऑफ दिस. And then he said, अच्छा वो करके क्या होगा? I'll have so many people under me and blah blah. The story goes on, and at the end of Diogenes asks him, फिर क्या होगा? And Alexander says, then I will sit आराम से under a tree and enjoy this stream. Diogenes says, but that's what I'm doing right now. So here there is a question of what you really want to do. So there are people sometimes who tell me, it might sound a little narcissistic narcissistic at this junction, but people tell me, you speak so well. Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? But that's not where my heart is. My heart is being with students, doing these kind of sessions where I can touch some hearts. So I have made my goal very clear, and it's the goal that you decide. That you want fame, then you take that path. You want peace of mind, then you take that path. So the goal and the amount of work that you give is equivalent to what your goal is.
So wealth and fame are two common constants in the goal setting with most students. And I've noticed this in my interactions with students as well. Why do you want to do something? Because I want to be famous. Why do I want to do something? Why do I want to do this? Because I want to become rich. Now, these two things actually are, do you think that they should be taken very, very seriously, that seriously, as much as I see in students these days, when they are setting their goals?
My answer is a no. At the end of the day, it's the peace of mind. But people, this is a disclaimer. Parents should not get upset with me कि आप क्या कह रहे हो, लेकिन मेरा एक ही thought है, लाइफ में अगर पीस है तो आप सब कुछ कर सकते हो, बट अगर आपके माइंड में पीस नहीं है तो even the wealth and the fame is not going to make you happy.
Speaking of parents, so this is a question regarding your monkey wala conversation. Very often there are monkeys, as you mentioned, and some of these monkeys can come from your own family. For example, someone would choose engineering because of family, and now that the fees have been paid, they will continue doing engineering. And basically the question is that this cannot be disrespected. ये situation में क्या होगा?
मेरा थॉट ये है कि पेरेंट्स को अपने बच्चों के साथ बहुत फ्रेंडलीनेस पहले से कर लेनी चाहिए कि वो क्या चाहता है. Many a times parents project their own desires on the students, and then the students get very disarrayed. I have mentored students who have taken up, and exactly this example that you gave, Mr. Pillai, he took up engineering and he was so frustrated with that he got into drugs. And then the parent had the problem of dealing with the drug issue. So my suggestion would be, if it is something that's really not working out, first give it a try. If you can have that engineering degree and follow your passion also, because simultaneously both could also be done. He wanted to become a rapper, तो वो दोनों भी कर सकता था और ये चीजें बातें की जा सकती थी. But the entire pressure from the parents disarrayed him, and then they had to go through a whole process of counseling, this, that, and the other. So being friendly, being very clear. At the same time, students sometimes give up something just because it's difficult at that moment. That's where the role of the mentor comes in. Talk it out. Talk it out and figure out what is it that you really want.
Right. You mentioned mentorship. Mentorship is a very, very powerful aspect of it. But there is something that I've noticed with students. So this is a personal observation again, Dr. Pooja. I've noticed with students that students don't really get access to mentors. They don't even think about it while they are in school or in college. So in this particular case, especially when it comes to mentorship, and the government of India is also talking about mentorship, in a very serious manner. They're passing policies regarding the idea of mentorship. But it doesn't seem to be working. So what should parents do regarding finding a mentor? Can this be a positive step that the parents can take? There would be many parents watching this. So that is why I'm asking the question on their behalf.
I think the mentor has to be decided by the student himself, because he has to gel with the mentor. नहीं तो वो बात हो नहीं पाएगी, और अगर खुल के बात नहीं हो पाई तो nothing can work. But if the parents and the students are on a good rapport relationship, they can suggest. Also, the students have a fear in their mind. If the mentor is coming from the parent, they are worried that their thoughts will get conveyed to the parent. They want that confidentiality. So students talk to me and I come to know कि वो ये बात नहीं चाहते हैं कि अभी उनके parents तक जाए. Not that we want to hide it, but they may be embarrassed, or they may be not very comfortable talking about it. And regarding the question of correct mentors, अभी नई education policy में इसके लिए जगह दी जा रही है, and I'm very glad that is happening. because mentorship, in my opinion, is the most important thing. But we need to have good, efficient mentors who can manage their own emotions and then help the emotions of the students.
That's a very good point that you made, because mentors also get emotionally involved sometimes.
Yeah.
So this is an interesting question that has come from possibly a student. From an educator's perspective, what would you say are the worst habits that a student can have?
एक वर्स्ट हैबिट तो मैं आपको अभी बता सकती हूँ. अभी जूम पे जो सेशंस चल रहे हैं, कैमरा और ऑडियो ऑफ करके क्लास से बाहर चले जाते हैं. The worst habit is lying. Okay, and it's not going to reach you anywhere. Just be upfront about things, just be honest about things. Today, honesty is being valued more than it was a couple of years back. Even the faculty can see through things. So the worst thing is not being clear, be clear, and second, lying, and then thinking that nobody is going to look at it. So inside and outside, that honesty and transparency.
Not just to others, Dr. Pooja, even to oneself, I suppose.
To oneself,
even
yes.
to be clear with oneself. I think that would be very important for students, especially in these times and these days. We have time for one last question, Dr. Pooja. So this is the last question. You mentioned the virtual world, okay? And the virtual world, although you spoke about it with a somewhat negative reference, saying that the virtual world is not a real source. But the virtual world is also important because people want to be visible in the virtual world. People want to be seen. And not just that, it becomes important later on, okay? Especially when, when you move on, when you move into your career. So how would you think that that is manageable? I think something additional to that question is that there is so much to do. There is social media, there is movies, there is television, there is there's peer pressure, there's too much. I think the influences on students are just too much.
Just too much.
So the question, I think, would be, how do you handle it?
Remember the Eisenhower method we talked about? So keep it, reward yourself. You've done your 1 hour or 2 hour of work towards your goal. Then is the time to reward yourself. So after a whole day of work, in between, I take breaks and I go on my WhatsApp, I go on Netflix, I do everything under the sun. I'm not against. And that example that I shared, I'm sorry it came across as negative, but Sushant Singh Rajput's matter is really playing on my head. I mean, I feel the pain if it's a reality, if he went because of that. But otherwise, virtual world is not a bad world to be in. It's a fantastic world to be in. Only you need to apportion it, ration it out, and give good amount of time to everything in life. If you have balanced it out, there's no problem with anything. But if you haven't, if you're only spending most of your time on the virtual world, that is definitely a problem.
Right. Dr. Pooja, thank you. That was very, very informative and as well. This concludes our Q&A session for this evening. To you, Dr. Pooja, my heartfelt thanks. And thank you to the attendees as well, because you gave us some very interesting questions out there. I do think that today's world is quite complex with so many influences, so many factors, social media to regular media, from friends to online education. You have popular cinema to PUBG to TikTok and whatnot. And all are seeking the attention from young people today. And some of these are important too. It is easy to say that today it's easy to say that Einstein and Edison. It's a very popular comment that people often make, that Einstein and Edison had just 24 hours too, but they certainly did not have social media, TikTok, and OTT services. In these times, I think it's a good reminder that habits are very, very important, because these habits actually make your path clear for a student to inculcate. These are very, very critical. So thank you so much, Dr. Pooja, for bringing all of this back into attention. It was a very wonderful talk indeed. And of course, for all those of you who've been watching, you have been an excellent audience. Thank you for sending in your questions. The conclave will continue with several other very exciting eminent speakers all the way up to September 3rd on a daily basis from 6:30 p.m. onwards. Tomorrow, that is Tuesday, the 1st of September from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m., Jayanth Sharma, who is an award-winning wildlife photographer, a conservationist, and an educator, and the founder and CEO of Toehold, will be speaking on the topic conservation, an idea on how you can become a naturalist, the first steps on becoming a naturalist. You can register for the webinar at pmglive.in/microsite3. Let me please repeat that, pmglive.in/microsite3. This concludes the session of the Objective Students Education Conclave 2020 by HP and Intel in association with Better Photography. And we have some more coming up every day at 6:30 to 7:30. Do tune in. Thank you all for watching and have a great evening ahead.